usually now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started because you know we dominate these time constraints. Then let's see what the most important message is for you. What do you need to know most to walk your highest path for your greatest good? Okay, wishes coming true. Okay, whatever it is that you have been manifesting is materializing, especially in the spiritual realm. Goodbye energy is out here with the firestorm. That whatever they say, traumas, tragedies, it feels like, some shit had to blow up. Right? Like there's some things, there's this tower moment showing up here, but this is like leaving. This is like the aftermath, right? And the aftermath of this tower moment is manifestations materializing in the physical realm. Welcome in, family. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. It looks like the week is starting off pretty strong after some tower energy moving out like a storm moving through. Wishes are coming through. Manifestations are materializing into this physical realm. Secrets energies out here with sex addiction. This has been coming up a lot. And fed up energies out here. It's like there is somebody who thinks it's like they think you stupid. There's somebody on this, somebody out here in this energy that think you're stupid. And it's like, I think that you've gone through enough giving someone the benefit of the doubt to realize and recognize that, they are not going to leave it's up to them. I'm not going to say they not going to leave their habits alone. I'm going to say you realize and recognize that it's up to them. That if they're going to control their compulsive and impulsive behaviors, that it's not going to be because of you. And that doesn't mean that you aren't special. That doesn't mean that you aren't beautiful. That doesn't mean that you don't deserve love. It means that if they want something good in their life, as good as a divine one, then they have to control their impulses, not because they want to be with you, because they likely have been trying to stop because they want you. Right? But they have to stop for themselves. They have to stop because they want health. They have to stop because they want wealth. They have to stop because they want abundance. They have to stop because they don't want anybody siphoning their energy through their sacral chakra. It has nothing to do with you. And I really feel like secrets, nah. You've been ignoring some shit or letting people sweep shit under the rug or giving people the benefit of the doubt or believing their excuses because they were viable enough. But I really feel like you fed up because even if it's not a sex addiction, what's keeping this partner or paramour from showing up in your life the way you want them to show up? So whatever these impulsive and compulsive issues are that they have, the inability to control themselves, I feel like you're tired of that shit. You got me going in circles, blum 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 blum. Oh, tired of going in circles. Tired of going in circles. Captivated and mesmerized about some bullshit. Right? Knowing that you have a certain capacity. Knowing that you have a certain capacity. Listen, you're not, no. I like it. I really do like this energy because they're telling me after all of this, I tried. This is somebody who you will be able to really say you tried. Like when you decide to say, fuck this shit, you're going to be able to really say you tried because you did. And I would have been quit. Secret accounts. Somebody got secret accounts. They cannot control their impulsive. They try to manipulate situations and circumstances to their benefit, meaning they lie, they cheat, whatever manipulation tactics that they have to do. Gossip is a form of magic. Whatever this is, there's a lot of passion showing up here, but this passion has ignited into something, explosive. That's what it feels like. And I feel like you're tired of this dumbass shit. Hell, at a certain point, you get too old. Well, it is what it is. At a certain point, you've had too much life experience. Don't got nothing to do with your age. At a certain point, you get too much old. You had too much life experience to stay on this cycle, to stay in this wormhole or what is it called in the river when they got them little parts in the river that'll suck you under. You're not gonna stay in this. I see your manifestations materialization. I see your manifestations materializing into this physical realm. I see your wishes coming true, but a lot of it is old paradigms having a whirlpool. A lot of it is old paradigms have to burn down. That's what this feels like. Yeah, feelings, energies. I do see that. I see feelings on both sides of this equation. I see you having feelings for this person enough to get him the benefit of the doubt, to get him the benefit of the doubt, to get him the benefit of the doubt. And I see this person not having no impulse control. I see this person having all kind of addiction issues. I see this person using magic and other manipulation tactics to control. And at this point in time, it no longer works on you. You only stand there out of the consideration and care that you have. The magic not working. You're not interested in this person's physicality because they give it out. This bitch just giving it out. I'm talking to a divine one that's fed up. But this fed up is a gift from God. You heard me? This fed up, hello, let's talk about it. This fed up is what it takes for you to set yourself free. This fed up, that's what it takes for you to set yourself free. That's why your wish is coming true. You say, oh God, please give me $1,000,000. You say, oh God, please let me be in love. Oh God, please let me have this house or this car, whatever it's like that. Yeah, you wonder why you going through this firestorm or why you had to go through this firestorm. That's your answer. That's your prayers being answered. That's the catalyst. That's the pivot. You know, if you've ever seen everything everywhere all at once in order to shift timelines, drastic shit had to happen. And so this is your timeline shift. This is what I'm tapped into. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always hope I'm saying something to help. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I really appreciate your time. Let's get some more messages for the collective. My deck fell on the floor, so we won't be using this today because half of it is over there on the floor. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides who used to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. That's the most important message for the divine collective. All praise to the Most High. I am just a vessel, grateful for the opportunity. I had to go to the store this morning before I got on here because I ain't had no cigars, not one. So, I ain't want to tell y'all. I swear to God, I pray people will hate on you in the most subtle, subversive ways. What the fuck? Anyway, I had a whole on my countertop. I have like a Starbucks cup. I use it to keep I buy a lot of cigars and I put all my cigars in there. Had some company this weekend. And all of my cigars, a whole bunch, I ain't supposed to that much. Come on, man, be real. Gone. I didn't have one this morning. Man, people will hate on you in the most subversive way. And then say you acting funny when you don't want nobody at your house. Get the fuck out. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the path. Y'all, what is that sound? What the? Okay. Get them glasses for me. Yeah, them glasses on the edge right there. Thank you. What the fuck is that? Insecure. This is your haters, right? What are your haters, right? Insecure. What is the energy? Red lipstick stains. And watching shit go down. It's not as easy to hate on you as it once was. That's what this feels like to me. And your haters look stupid and feel stupid and are lacking security and confidence in their mode of operation. Modus operandi, right? Red lipstick stains. Somebody wants you. Somebody wants you, and they don't like that people want you. And I don't think this is just one person. People are attracted to you. You have this magnetic appeal, and this person is no longer as confident in the expression of their disdain for you. Does that make sense? Because they used to be able to walk in a room and say, men, and people like, girl, and they will walk into the room and say the divine one, and everybody be like, yeah, girl, because this and that, right? Now they can't walk into rooms and say that anymore because you have some type of magnetism. Babe, people watching you. What you do, how you do things. They're watching what you're creating. They're enjoying. Look at the popcorn. You watch a movie. Are you scared? Oh, they're enjoying what you're creating, and your haters are no longer as secure and confident about bringing your name up. They used to get clout off your name. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. This is somebody who used to get a lot of clout off your name, and no longer can they capitalize off of mentioning you. Used to it's like if you go into a beauty salon and you say men, these men just make me sick. Baby, everybody gonna say, girl, because let me tell you, you ain't even got to say nothing, but these men make me sick. And then the conversation's gonna start rolling, right? That's how it used to be in regards to your name. They would bring your name up, Divinely Guided Deja. They would bring your name up, Shantae 975 Keita. They would bring your name up, and people would be like, oh, because this and that, and that, and that, and that. Everybody had something to say. But now when they bring your name up, people say, oh, yeah, because Keita done got her shit together, and Shantae doing well. You know, she got that man at home. Huh? 374. She got that motherfucking man at home now. You know, it being so good to her. They can't think they are insecure. They don't have any persona. Does that make sense? You were their persona. Speaking on you, bringing you up, knowing the latest gossip about you was their persona. This person was Tasha. You know, what's her name? Tasha K. You know, there's celebrity gossip. Without a celebrity, what the fuck do they have to talk about? This is what I'm tapped into. Keep a protection pouch on you and with you. Keep a protection pouch. Keep a protection pouch on or with you. Yeah. Whatever they're doing to assault you, it feels like it doesn't work. So, like, not that you don't keep a protection pouch, because I'm sure you have your wards amplified and you making sure your protection is up. But whatever they're doing, it's not effective anymore. Don't want to hear it. I just fucking work here. I just fucking work here. I just fucking work here. Then people say, man, I don't want to hear that shit. You can shut the fuck up. I'm talking about these people when they bring your name up now and they expect everybody to fucking when they expect everybody to have a fucking key around you. People say, man, you can get the fuck from around here with that bullshit. So now they insecure. They don't have a persona, or the truth about what their persona isn't as interesting or isn't as magnetic as the amount of attention they get when they talk about you. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what's on this motherfucking board. Take the spiritual bath energies out here with keeping protection about. Yeah, because a lot of times people want you to feel like you are you need to be doing baneful magic. Motherfuckers want you to be doing black magic because when you do black magic, then they can have a portal to your energy. I just work here, bitch. I'm not a fucking ruler. I don't make no rules. When you do black magic on a person, it gives them a portal to your energy. Period. Point blank. So motherfuckers want you to do black magic so they can have a portal. They say, oh, let me do some rebuttal around this motherfucker. You cleanse and you protect. Huh? That's what these motherfucking cards say. Take a spiritual bath and keep a protection pouch on you. You cleanse and you protect. You cleanse and you protect. You cleanse and you protect. And your motherfucking cleansing and your motherfucking protection is so A1, A-line that they can't fuck with you. Motherfuckers want you to do black magic so they can have a portal to your energy. This is what I'm tapped into, man. Police energies out here. So they can have a reason. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfuckers need a reason. Right now, they don't have no reason. If they go to God, if they go to the high courts, if high courts, if they go to heaven and say, "Oh, I want to persecute this person," let me talk to the judge. Let me talk to the lawyer and say this person needs charges brought up against them. They look into your energy and say, "Oh no, this person hasn't done nothing wrong. You have no jurisdiction to bring up no charges against them." So they want you to do something. This is what I'm tapped into. Even though when they bring up your motherfucking and when they bring up your name, people no longer are giving them energy. Bad choices energies out here. Give me one more card. What they are turning others against you. They're trying to turn others against you. But they tried for a long time to turn others against you. But this was a bad choice of this person. This person is now insecure. And nobody is trying to hear anything that they have to say in regards to it. They have no personality and no persona outside of mentioning you. This is what I'm saying. They want you to do black magic on them because black magic gives somebody an energetic portal. I don't even need to know who you are or what your name is. If I have a ward set up, and that energy hits my ward, then all I need to say is whatever energy hit this ward. I don't need to know who you are, what your name is. And so cleanse and protect. And I feel like that's what you do anyway. That's why they can't have no effect on you. Hater. We knew that. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. I hope you're having a very powerful, positive, and productive experience. I really see, manifestations materializing into the physical realm in the next 4 or 5 days. Wishes are coming true. Congratulations. Some of you in the next 4 to 5 days will start something new. You're going to start something. Maybe you started last night. You're going to start working on a project or beginning to make something happen. That's what it feels like to me. And that's this wish coming true. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's see what comes out of this deck. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I hope you had a couple days to rest. Shout out to Oregon being in this thing. I think the only thing that I really know about Oregon is Oregon Trails. I don't know much about Oregon. I'd have to really visit there. That would be a dope ass vacation because I don't know much about Oregon. I could probably learn a lot. What y'all got going on in Oregon? Y'all got landmarks and shit? Or is it just Oregon Trails? Do I know everything about Oregon? Or is there some things I can learn? It's green. I believe that. Green Acres is the place to be. Really green here and beautiful. Y'all got some nice ass some clubs out there or something? I'm just kidding. I kid. Y'all ain't got no clubs. Y'all ain't got no nightclubs. No city life. What's the city in Oregon? What's the city like? If you had to say the city, what's the city in Oregon? What he said? Y'all, they be on my dick. Let me scroll up and see if I can see what Patriot said. No, they don't be letting me see it. Salem. Okay, Salem in Oregon. Okay, that's where I need to be at. That's where I need to be. I bet they got all the good shit up there in Salem. Oregon is a bunch of farmland, ain't it? I don't know. I'm trying to find out now. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. I know they hate to see me. They got some fire ass weed. Nah, I believe that. Nah, I believe that. Okay, Salem. We putting Salem on the list. Like on the bucket list. We got to go to Salem, Oregon before it's all over with. They like black people. I'm just asking. No, we gotta ask that. They like black people? Or they if they don't fuck with us, I ain't going over there. I'm there. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to leave Louisiana and go to Oregon and just be hanging from a tree. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that today. They don't like black people? Damn. I was gonna go. I was gonna go. They got fire weed, but I don't know if they might not sell it to me. You from New Orleans and it's different? Yeah. Everywhere different than Louisiana though. If you're from Louisiana, it doesn't matter where you go. It's gonna be different. There's not much like Louisiana. Mississippi and Texas ain't like Louisiana, so. What you are gonna do. What is this card for? What are you gonna do is how that, never mind. What is going on this morning? They must have me on a new feed or something like that. You know how sometimes the algorithm will put you on a new feed and different people who ain't never seen you before? Do you believe in Egyptian gods? Believe is such an interesting word. They obviously exist. I don't understand what you mean. Do I believe in them? Do I worship them? I venerate different forces. And some of these entities represent the forces that I venerate. But do you believe? I mean, they exist. I don't have to believe in them. You see fucking Anubis right there. You see bass. I don't know that's an interesting question. Do I believe in them? They're real. I mean, they exist. Do I believe that they have power or something like that? I guess that's what you mean. Obviously, ancient. These things are thousands of years old, and people still know about them. So, if they didn't have no power, people would have forgot about them. They would have never. You would never remember, or it wouldn't be something that's brought up if it didn't have power. But these faces and names represent forces. That's what you need to know. I think that's where the disconnect happens. You think that these entities are like a dog man or a cat lady. No, they represent forces in nature that actually exist, and was the way they used pictures in order to explain that to people. They used pictures in order to explain the human body. They were teaching physiology, and they used pictures to help people understand the way the body worked, so that they could transcend the physical nature. So I don't understand what you mean when you ask me, do I believe in them? Because they exist. They represent something like a anagram, right? Like you see a word dare, drug abuse resistance education. It represents something. It's just a picture, like a cartoon that helps you explain a deeper idea. Does that make sense? Real versus fake. All of the religion, whatever one, comes from this. All of them. Pick one. They all come from this. Because religion isn't about a God, like a father figure in the sky, a man, like you would think of your dad or something. It's about a force, a creative masculine force, that's principle that's like masculine is exertion. Poop, force. Feminine is the field in which the force is exerted. So when you think about these things, I guess because I know it deeper than most people know it, I don't understand what you mean when you say, do I believe in it? It's like saying, do I believe in shoes? It doesn't matter if I believe in shoes, people wear them every day. Does that make sense? Real fake commitment issues, but this is the original. This is the original Dundada. Now, don't confuse ancient Egypt. Never confuse ancient Egypt with modern day Egypt, because Jesus said, you turned my father's house into a den of thieves. So when you think of modern day Egypt, that's the den of thieves, right? But this ancient Egypt was a type of wisdom that was being passed down, that was usurped by the Vatican in order to control the minds of people. Right? But that's research, man. That's so many years of research. Level up. Congratulations, you've leveled up. Real versus fake. Lately, I feel like it's me versus me. Don't see competition. Why would you compete? Don't even gotta be woke. Still gonna be up. I'll make a bag in my sleep. Huh? I like it. We were talking about belief versus actuality, right? And so, irregardless of people's beliefs or whether people agree, can we say that? Because remember how I was telling y'all last week that a belief is an agreement? Irregardless of whether people agree with what you know, operating in the wisdom that you have is causing you to level up. Crunch, really? Stop trying to save people who wouldn't share their snacks. Don't throw your pearls before swines is what this feels like. There are going to be, in the Bible it says the poor will always be amongst you. That is not talking about people with no money. They're talking about people who don't yet fully understand, who have not come into the awareness, who may be functional, but they aren't necessarily able and capable of consciousness. To divine ones, I'm talking to divine ones, who you need to know. There are people, NPCs is what they've labeled them in this generation. But they are functional, but they will never come into consciousness. And you have to be okay with looking weird to those people. You have to be okay with standing out. The Bible talks about how Jesus had a glow that scared people. After he came back from his ascension, they talked about how Moses had a glow that scared people after he came back from his connection with God. And I don't think like the way that we think, because they talk a lot in parables in the Bible about this glow, is the way that you would see the glow in the physical realm. I really feel like as you begin to operate in your divine energy, you have a way about you, you have a look about you. It's indescribable, but it's intimidating. Hello? This is what I'm tapped into. And you waste a lot of time and you waste a lot of energy trying to force it, trying to get people who may never awaken to consciousness in this lifetime to understand where you come from. Fuck them. Let them be dead. That's not your plight in life. This is what you have to understand. You got to start processing that and say it out loud. That's not my plight in life. Oh, but my cousin doesn't understand and I really want it. That's not my plight in life. You gotta let people go through what they gotta go through. That's what's on this board. I see you leveling up. Fuck you, bitch. I'm acting brand new. Yeah. Yeah, you, bitch, my shirt brand new. Them too. And yeah, and my shoes brand new. Yeah, I see you leveling up and I like this. I also see you wanting to drag the whole fucking hood with you. Yeah, I see you leveling up and I see you trying to drag every nigga you know with you. And I don't think they gonna be able to go. The poor will always be amongst you. This is what I'm tapped into. And your spirit team is saying, worry about yourself. Spirit team say, worry about yourself. But you say, well, what is Tom gonna do? What about Dick and Harry? I used to be like that too. Hey, I'm not a judge. I get it. You know, it's compassion, it's care, it's all of the things that the patriarchy tells you that you have to have in order to be accepted or to be appreciated or respected or liked or good. Right? It's all of the things that the patriarchy tells you that you have to be a good person. Right? Whenever there's like that, nature does not agree. Nature does not have that same sentiment. The patriarchy tells you that you have to have those things to be good, but if you pay attention to nature, those very things will get you killed. This is what I'm tapped into. This is what I'm tapped into. Lately, I feel like it's me versus me. Don't see competition. Why would you compete? Don't even gotta be woke. Still gonna be up. I make up bag in my sleep. This what this is. I like this. I'm excited. But you can't be worried about Tom, Dick, and Harry. Fuck them. That's what's on this board, and I feel like that's hard for you, or it's difficult, or it feels like that's not right. We need to create a community organization to make sure that Tom, Dick, and Harry can also make sure they you make your community organization, baby. If you want to make your community organization, but first get your shit together. Don't worry about if Tom, Dick, and Harry get it right now. Get it right now today. First, do what you need to do for you, and then you can start an organization for Tom, Dick, and Harry to see if Tom, Dick, and Harry get it together. That's what's on this board. Yeah, you can start your 501c3 as soon as you get on your SHIT. You can start your 501c3 as soon as you get on your SHIT. I like it. I appreciate it for you. Yeah, you and Tom and Dick and Harry. But what I'm here for is you. This is what I'm tapped into. And you trying to throw your pearls before swine. This is what I'm tapped into. Worried about if they believe or if they agree or if they can ever come into the awareness of the consciousness that you have. They may never. The Bible says that the poor will always be among you. This is what I'm tapped into. Oh, that baby heart. Oh, that baby got a heart. That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. But in the fittest, survival of the fittest in the world, in nature, I'm talking about outside with the police. When you can't call the police, if you're in a place in the world and you can't call the police, then that version of yourself got to kick in. You can't be worried about Tom and Dick them. Look at Tom. Tom saying, well, you gonna save me? Tom, he got his bags. He ready. It's destiny. Look, we're supposed to be together. I know. And this is all of the things that the patriarchy tells you that you have to do to be considered good. And when you don't fit into that paradigm, how it feels because of social pressures and shit like that. That's the biggest obstacle that you face at this time. You leveling up, but you really in hustle mode. These are leading you to like the manifestations of the things that you desire, right? Like your wishes coming true. We talked about that earlier, right? But then the thing about it is to know, like, the poor will always be amongst you, real versus fake. There's this energy around not needing people to understand what you understand. Not letting people's ignorance stop you from your consciousness, from your awareness. That's what this feels like to me. Gaslighted energies out here with the retirement goals. And a lot about like how a person loves themselves, what their behaviors indicate their lifestyle will be like. Because a lot about how your behaviors point to your lifestyle, to me, indicates about the type of care that a person can give to you. If they won't do it for themselves, how in the fuck would they do it for you? How could they? They don't even know how. Right? So be aware of this energy. I like it. I see you leveling up. I see you, manifesting and materializing, really being in your boss ass energy. I also see you caring too much about people who don't give a fuck about themselves. The biggest obstacle that you face at this time is you care too much about people. You want to do too much for people who don't want to do it for themselves. It's people out here who want to do it for themselves. And they looking for other people who trying to do it for themselves. And the people you link up with, that's what's going to create momentum. These motherfuckers who won't do it for themselves, these roach ass bitches will only drag you down and cause you to itch. Listen. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Your growth scares people. Hey, what the fuck I said? Your growth scares people. When you walk in the room, it's intimidating energy. The glow around you is not like, oh, you shining bright because you went to go talk to God. You went on the mountain. You got a glow about you. It's intimidating. This is what I tapped into. And not everybody's gonna come into consciousness. Not everybody's gonna want to put in their motherfucking work. Not everybody gonna want to put in their work. And sometimes you think about not putting in the work. Hello. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Listen, I'm just a vessel. I am just a vessel. Let's light some let's light some incense to make sure the energy is clear and cleansed. I hope you had a very powerful, positive, and productive weekend. That was just a collective message. And she said, was that specifically for me? I was just doing, I haven't gotten to the elements yet. I haven't gotten to the elements yet. We're still just hanging out. I hope you're having a very powerful, positive, and productive experience. We right about time for the elements. Maybe we're gonna do one more reading. I think I'm gonna use this Heart's Hidden Secrets deck, and then I'll do some elemental readings. How y'all doing this morning? All praise to the Most High. I'm grateful for you, Evan. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up.
Cold outside.
It's not that cold out there.
Yeah, now it's cold.
Never trust a nigga that asks you about the weather. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So this is feels like the highest path for you for the greatest good. Welcome in. Is it Mizu? Welcome in, Kiana. Shout out to my mods. Thank you, Cheryl. What does the Divine Collective need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Thank you. Realizations, revelations, realizations happening at this time. It says epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. Beauty. Ooh, I like that. I feel like you get it now. Propaganda, the way that the patriarchy will sell you a problem, and then tell you something is a problem, and then sell you the cure. That's what this feels like, and then realizing that nothing is really wrong or there is no error. That's what this feels like to me. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. I knew you was finna crank up when you came up in here talking about that weather. I knew you was finna crank up when you came up in here and talking about. He don't even know I'm talking to him. Apollo. I knew you was finna start acting crazy when you came in that sliding door talking about the weather. Go into the back of the house. Thank you. Nourish. Energies out here. What I told you. What I told you. Never trust. My grandma told me that. And she ain't lied yet. And I'm 40 years old. I'm trying to see. I've been waiting on it to not be true. I've been waiting on it to not be true. My grandma told me that when I was about 14. She never trust a nigga ask you about the weather. I said, what? Shit. I've been counting ever since. I've been monitoring that shit ever since. She ain't lied yet. She ain't lied yet. Shit. They come in here talking about some motherfucking, oh, it's sunny outside. Well, you want something. You up to something. You finna get ready to do something. That's the icebreaker. Y'all go out and do y'all own examinations and y'all own studies, and we gonna meet back here and talk about it. Never trust a nigga ask you about it. I already knew you finna crank up when he came here and talking about some motherfucking cold outside. Beauty, realizations, energies out here. So somebody tried to tell you something was a problem because they wanted to sell you a solution, but you ain't buying. Somebody tried to make you feel like something about you. Maybe physically, but whatever. Beauty is not only skin deep, right? Somebody tried to tell you something about you was a problem to try to tell you a solution. You're not buying. This is what I'm tapped into. You said I can. If they said let's go get this surgery, you said I could work out. I could change my diet. If they said let's spend all of this, whatever it was, you say no. God already gave me an answer for that. Whatever somebody tried to sell you, you realize that nature already has the answer. That God has given you freely what somebody is trying to sell you on the fucking black market. This is what I'm tapped into. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. This is what I'm tapped. Responsibilities, energies out here with running and broken. It's deep. You may have been running away from your responsibilities for quite a while. Uh, Broken though. This card makes me feel like a misunderstanding or a disillusionment, a confusion, a never being taught, a never being shown, never being demonstrated, right? Like what you were supposed to be doing or what the right thing to do. So coming from broken experiences and coming from, but maybe even just completely disregarding, right? Maybe you didn't come from a broken home, but you weren't trying to hear what the motherfucker was saying or whatever it is like that. But there's this energy around healing and not a quick fix. You got a problem child, send their ass to boarding school. No. Let me spend more time with my children. Let me keep them home. Let's see what's going on with our relationship. Let's go to therapy. Let's really invest in this thing like you would invest in other things. This is what I'm tapped into. The world gave you a problem or told you something was a problem and tried to sell you a solution. You're not buying it. You're going into nature. Oh, that's your most powerful path forward. Obsession energies out here with confusion. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man, it was a place of disillusion. It was a place of not knowing. That's ignorance, but not like ignorant. It's ignorance, not ignorant. Ignorant is like don't want to know no better. Ignorance is how could I know I don't? How could I know I don't know if I don't know? This type of confusion, right? Obsessed energies out here, and then a lot about like thinking you know what's right, thinking you know what's wrong. They showing me Krishan because they always show me Krishan as somebody who, if they knew the right thing to do, I know because she's an athlete. I know because she's an athlete that if she really understood something in an intrinsic way, she would behave differently. But I understand that she doesn't understand it in an intrinsic way because of who her mother was, because of who her sisters and brothers was, right? So it's never been demonstrated, not in the ways that it may have been demonstrated. And everybody in the world say, oh, I get it. Everybody should get it. Duh, but common sense ain't common. It's this type of energy. And you may have been going through something like that. That might be why a lot of people relate to Krishan because they understand her disconnect, her confusion, and how the whole world expects you to get it. And sometimes you just don't. At the end of the day, I see people try to sell you a lot of dreams. People try to sell you a lot of dreams, but I think you way too cheap to buy one. Way too wise to buy one. Way too much knowledge of self to have to buy into that bullshit. And ultimately, even though this does feel like it's not easy, I'll say it like that, I do feel like at the end of the day, you come out on top. Right? Just be aware of all the people that's trying to sell you some bullshit. I mean, really, giving you problems that didn't exist before they came around. Really giving you problems that before you got here that wasn't a problem. It wasn't until you came that all of a sudden I had this bill. You understand what I'm saying? It's this type of stress. What the fucking card say? I got a card that look like this. It say fed up. This card don't say fed up. It say stress. This I saw this image earlier though. I ain't making this shit up. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I want to do one more deck before we get into the elements. Apollo's on punishment. You come over here acting like it's all good. Apollo, why you on punishment? Excuse me, I done knocked all into you. My bad. Apollo, why you on punishment? You don't want to tell everybody that. Guess why Apollo's on punishment? You don't want to tell people why you're on punishment? Now you trying to act like it's all good. It's not all good. Eat your little butter rounds. Eat your butter rounds and calm down. Mother of Original Nation say 6'7". He ain't laugh. Mother of Original Nation, he ain't laugh. He always talking about some 6'7". He ain't 6'7" today. Nephew pulled a file up. Auntie, nephew pulled the fucking fire alarm, had the motherfucking fire people. Girl, I'm going through the house trying to figure out which one of my smoke detectors going off. Shh, it's the whole damn building. The police walk up. I guess the police was watching. The police walk up and said, "Little man, you pulled the fire alarm?" I say, "Apollo, tell the truth." Girl, the weekend. So like I said, I hope you had a very powerful, positive, and productive experience this weekend as we've had. And we've had an exciting one. We got to see the fire truck. Angel, he just wanted to make sure it worked. Yeah. No. Let me tell you. We was trying to make sure it worked correctly. That is all. And it does. And it does. Influencer wannabe. Maybe it is like about attention, right? Influencer wannabe. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path are here for the greatest good. Something is about attention. The attention that you get, yeah. This card say fishing for comments. This card says influencer wannabe. So there's somebody's behavior. She had therapy, right? And this guy's on a cliff or some shit like that. That may seem odd because they want some type of attention. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message? If you look at the energy of this card, and even if you feel the energy of this one, where you might have a problem child who's in therapy, and if you look at this man here, he kind of scruffy or whatever it is like that. So the attention that they want from the external world, it'll never satiate their desires, right? Because there's a need to give attention to themselves, whether it's let me give myself some attention to modify my behaviors in a way that really, you want attention, but I don't think you want negative reinforcement, right? A lot of times, that childhood like psychology thing where sometimes children will behave a certain way because all the enforcement that they get is a negative reinforcement, right? So they continue in certain behaviors because that's at times all the attention that they get. That's what this energy feels like now. I hope it's not you, right? But there's this entity, this energy here, someone in your energy closely connected, or you that's doing shit for attention. I got your attention. I'm the face of the city, and that's why you mad. Little bitch. The fuck toilet paper hoarder energy is out here. There's somebody that wants you. I don't know. It feels like they want you to be worried. They want your concern. The toilet paper hoarder makes me think of COVID. It makes me think of 9/11 when everybody was buying up all the toilet paper. Is my phone about to die? Lord have mercy. Lord have his mercy. Let me go get my charger. On the face of the city, and that's why you bad. Little bitch, Let's get some more cards on this. Definitely somebody that wants attention. But it feels like a panic. It feels like somebody wants you to be panicked, stressed for some reason. Delivery app devotee. I don't know. And these cards make me think of the pandemic, and it makes me think of somebody who feels like your attention is diverted to something else, and they want to be the primary focus of attention. Give me some more energy. Plant parent energy is out here with broke ass. Oh Lord. So, like, if you've ever had plants, you understand how finicky they can be. You understand that they have personality, and that they kind of really do boost the mood. And if you don't water them or give them the right nutrients, and there's a certain behavior that they have, broke ass energy is out here. I just feel like energetically, the truth is, the attention that you might want from outside of the world, you probably need to be giving it to yourself at this time. I mean, we could say if we wanted to, just as a sound cue, that it's the world, right? And there's somebody who wants your attention and they're behaving in a certain way. And maybe for some of you it is, but at the end of the day, the tarot is a mirror. It is a look into the current energies right now. And I'm reading the person who is watching this reading, right? And so there's this energy about what attention are you giving yourself? Are you really giving yourself the attention that you need at this time? Or are you expecting that attention to come from an external place? That's what this feels like, right? Because wizardry, or like, you know what I mean? There's also this energy that's showing up here that's like somebody wants you to panic. Like if you think of propaganda or psychological warfare, a lot of the media that you're being fed at this time is trying to put you in a place of like maybe stay in the house or worry about the state of the world, this type of energy. That's how this energy feels to me. So where's your attention going? Influencer wannabe fishing for comments. Where's your attention going? Are you it has your soul been sucked into a world that does not allow you to exist in the physical realm? Like them kids, are you too much on the game? Are you too much on a social media platform and not enough in real life? That's what this feels like. Lord have mercy. Grudge holder energy is out here with spiritual hater. So let's boil this energy down. Remember how over here I was talking about like psychological warfare and how there's a divide for your attention, where your attention is going? This is fishing for comments and attention energies out here. There are entities, right? Like we talk about wizards all the time. We talk about practitioners who have actual magic that's connected to nature versus these wizards who use fucking technology, bells, whistles, and smoke and mirrors in order to make shit happen or make things appear a certain way. These fucking wizards have an enmity to you who have actual magic, and they want your attention to be diverted from you where it needs to be and put into these things. This is what I'm tapped into. They want you to be worried about what Donald Trump doing. They want you to be worried about the war, Russia. They want you to be worried about black or white or Native American. I'm Native, you Native, we Native. Shit, we all of this motherfucker together. If they blow this bitch up, guess who get blew up? The only people who gonna make it is the roaches. Ain't nobody else unless you a roach. Let's, I don't know, the roaches have race wars. It's this type of energy. They trying to divert your attention to some shit that really don't matter, and you really need to be worried about what's really going on with you right now. Where's your soul at? Where's your consciousness? Where's your attention going? Because the way that they do, the magic that they do in this world, these motherfucking wizards, is they use your consciousness. They use your attention because they don't have no actual magic. We just out talking about it. You're the one with the real magic. What your imagination? Imagine your imagination. So what they got your imagination focused on? I know when I scroll up my FYP, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. I say I don't give a fuck about that. I don't want to know about that. I'm talking about then they try to say something. I don't want to know about that. I don't want to know about that. That's some bullshit. I don't want to buy that. I'm telling you. About 20 minutes, let me put this bullshit down. If that's what you need to do, hey, I work here. I'm on the fucking thing. I need you to watch this motherfucker to see me, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta put that bitch down. Especially when you recognize and realize that it's attacking your consciousness. You can curate it. You can use it as a tool. This is a celly. This is a tool. Remember, This Is America. He had that cell phone. He used it like a gun. He said it's a tool, right? You can curate that motherfucker so it's always feeding your consciousness. But if you're not curating your content to make sure that you're consuming things that's feeding your spirit, then you constantly under attack. And this is what I'm tapped into. DIY disaster. So are you curating it? Or do you start off curating and you start off with a good news feed or section, and then all of a sudden you back into the celebrity gossip or celebrity drama or what Carissa Shields said or did or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm tapped into. Ever grateful for the opportunity. Y'all ain't double tap that shit. Hell. Because what is you tapping into? Because whatever you tapping into is tapping into you. And back in the days, they used to have these like insane asylums, and they would do taps on people's brain. They like all kind of taps they did on your brain and shit. They used to experiment on people. Yeah. Don't let these motherfuckers tap into your energy like that. Curate your content consumption. Just like you pick your charcuterie board, you say, I might want a little pepperoni on here, I might want a little salami, maybe put me some olives, maybe you don't eat meat, you only want a little fruit, little grapes, little cheese, little kiwi slices or whatever, it's like that. Just like you curate your charcuterie board, that's how you need to be curating your content consumption. Because believe you me, these tech wizards, they attacking your fucking psyche. Now, first of all, I need some lotion on my hands. My hands ashy. Then we're gonna do some elements. Then we're gonna do some elements. Y'all ain't saying nothing. You just got me sitting up here and shit like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You wasn't gonna say nothing? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. Oldie but a goodie. Y'all wouldn't even go tell me. Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy and then pull me to the side. Pull me to the side. Pull me to the side. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we can see as well. The highest path they for the greatest good. That be that camera always trying to make you light skinned like that. Y'all can't even tell I'm ashy. That's crazy. Fucking camera, but I always want to make everybody light skinned. I don't know what that is. Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take? Give a nigga a break. Yeah, if you ever pull that camera out, that bitch trying to make you light skin. What the fuck? Is it a filter? You ain't never look at that bitch and say, you look in the mirror then, look at the fucking camera and say, what the fuck? Try to go through your settings. That shit ain't work. You oh, have mercy. Gift. Well, shit. Let a motherfucker hate then. There's a lot of momentum around your gifts at this time. Oh yeah. It's 1744 angel number, 88 angel number. There's a lot of momentum around your gift at this time. Even the Two of Pentacles has that like in looping type of energy. You the biggest thing in your way at this time. Let this be for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Apollo, go in the back. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Yeah. You the biggest thing in your way at this time. Everybody else, like, it's a lot of people that's jealous of you. People look at you and go, if I had that. Ten of Cups energies out here with the Ace of Cups. There's like, I'm trying to find the best way to say it, but it's like distortion, distraction is what it is. There's a misconception around love. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups energies out here. And you like, it's like self-sacrificing because you think that there's this, based on the energy that I feel, it's like you're moving on the assumption that love will come, you have to do something to get love, right? Like there has to be this like action, like, TV, like take somebody out to eat or do, heroic heroine. I mean, like, hero, like a female type of hero, but love happens, this type of love, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, happens when you love yourself. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups. Then you become like this magnet. And then people love you that you don't even understand why they love you and you don't even know where they fucking came from. But as long as you're like pursuing, like almost like modeling yourself, like I'm a little teapot, short and stout, right? To try to get this love, especially like the vision of it that you have that feels like TV is what it feels like to me. Because if you don't have an experience of something in actual life, then the only reference usually that you have is either television, right? Read more books. That's what I would suggest. Because books tend to give you a better perspective than a movie or a video can. But if all you have to go off of it is TV, then you have this misconstrued perspective around what love is, or not what love is, check that. How to get it, like how to attract it into your life. You think that there's this outwardly expression or demonstration when really there's an inwardly expression and demonstration, and then you magnetize. It's like activation. Yeah, and what your spirit team is saying, it's time for your personal activation, because your personal activation then creates the community, connection, tribe, whatever it is like that you seek. But this I don't know. A demonstration is like, kind of like energetically, you're projecting your energy, and so you're activating others. You're like, there's performative energies out here, like people are entertained, or there's this energetic output where people receive your energy, but there's not a lot of reciprocation showing up here. That's what this looks like to me. And it's because there's a misconstrued. It's like doing it the wrong way, like shooting in the wrong basket. That's how this feels to me, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So we should see us walk the highest path here for the greatest good. We kind of talked about it earlier, or touched on it earlier, where there's this energy that says, oh, I can tell how you can love me by how you love you. Sweetheart energies out here. Venusian energy, gift. 6 plus 2 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. Okay, spirit, we hear you, right? So there's this Venusian energy that's showing up, but it's being projected outward and it's supposed to go in, right? And that's the false narrative, right? Because that's when you say, I know ain't nothing wrong with me. You go in the mirror and you say, I'm not ugly, you this and that, and then the other thing, and then you go, well, what the fuck is it, right? And it's because you don't demonstrate in your own personal behavior to yourself. It is evident in your personal energy that you care about you, and when it starts being evident that you care about you, well, then there's a community. I know that we can get along because you into stamps and I'm into stamps. You like to collect comic books, I collect comic books. You like to talk about esoteric ideas, I love to talk about esoteric. We can even study metaphysics together. This is something we both are interested in. It's this type of energy, right? But you have to know all of those things about yourself first in order to be able to attract the people who could connect to that vibe. That's what this feels like, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, mature man energies out here. I definitely see a lot of 8 showing up for you, a lot of momentum. 5, 10, angel number. I see 8, 5, and 10. You have to activate yourself. This is about your personal activation that happens, that then creates the attraction that you seek for the tribe or community or connection that you desire. That's what I'm tapped into, because when you try to do it the other way, you end up with a lot of disappointment because you give it all away, and not a lot of people have the capacity to give it back. My son brought you. I don't even know what this thing is, but my son just brought it and set it here on this table, so I just feel like it's for you. Here, you can have it. Here. Just take it. Don't even worry about it. Some weird orange thing growing out of a rock. Got it. We could be 2 weird orange things. I'm the rock and you're the weird orange thing. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always hope I'm saying something that helps. That was for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let me know how that resonated for you. It does kind of look like fire, huh, Bethany? Burning bush. It's a flame. Girl. It looks like a Minecraft. It looks like you got this off Minecraft. It looks like you got that off Minecraft. All praise to the Most High. Let's do a reading for... It's a lot about love. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Valentine was a massacre. He was a massacre. He a lot of people. I don't know why they call it Valentine's Day. He was like, I don't know why it's love, I guess he was just taking it. He was just taking it. He was going around just taking it in Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. Right? He was just, I don't get it. Have y'all ever done the research behind like holidays and like why it's called like Saint Nick or Saint like Valentine, which Saint Valentine is the Valentine? Why they call it Valentine's Day? This shit is crazy. Love spell is at the bottom of the deck. Thoughts. Starseed. Health concern. This energy has been showing up a lot lately, but you can't help how your ancestors come behind you. That's what this feels like to me. Let's do this Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Thoughts was the first card out. Divine partner energy is out here with chakras. I see you being in alignment for sure. I also see somebody thinking about you. I feel like you're in someone's thoughts. It feels like somebody is sick. Like, I don't know if it's you make me sick energy, but it feels more energetically to me like somebody is affected by whatever negative energy that they may have tried to send towards you. I just work here. I just work here. You have a fucking outright hater showing up in your energy who is ill. This person feels like an old hag. They might be older than you, or maybe there's an age difference. Maybe they, maybe you're the older person and they have some type of hate because you're older or something like that. This energy says that there's did I see a 7 angel number? No. In any case, this person is really thinking about the way that they handled a situation or circumstance. That's what I'm tapping to. It could be somebody that's ill. Maybe they're older now and they're getting sick or something like that. Old mother figure energies out here. Nine of Swords. Thoughts. Heavy Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energies out here. And now you on their head. That's what I'm tapped into. I don't think you think about this person. Self-love. But somebody thought that because they didn't support you and because they didn't show up in your life in the ways that they was supposed to show up in your life, that you would struggle, you know what I mean? That you would strive. No, you didn't. You didn't struggle, you didn't strive, and now they feel some type of guilt. I don't like this energy at all. I just feel like, there's a part in the 12 steps where when they talk about how if you making amends, there's a part of the 12 steps where they say go and make amends with everybody who you wrong because of your addiction, right? But they say if making amends don't make the situation better, if making amends only makes you feel better, it'll make the other person feel worse or ruin their life or somehow, that's your shit to sit on. This is what I'm tapped into. I'm seeing somebody who want to come to you and bring you some shit, not because they actually want you to be like, okay, I forgive you, let's work together. They want to get that shit off their chest. That's what I'm tapped into. I'm seeing somebody who wants to get that some shit up off of their chest because that shit is weighing heavy on their chest, and they might even have like physical ailments because of what they fucking did to you. I don't like this. Eight of Swords energies out here, thoughts, Nine of Swords. They can't get you off their mind. They going through actual physical shit situations and circumstances, and the more they have to sit on their motherfucking ass. Listen to me now. God will sit your ass down. God will sit you the fuck down. God will sit you the fuck down. And the more they gotta sit on their ass in that hospital bed, in that motherfucking penitentiary, wherever the fuck they at, the more they think about how they fucking wronged you. And this is somebody who wanna come towards you. I'm talking about they wanna come towards you, but no. Do not motherfucking relieve this person. That's their fucking karma. That's their shit to bear. Page of Swords energies out here with the death card. They're evaluating you right now and looking to see if they can come to you and bring you a bunch of bullshit. I'm telling you now. Two of Cups energies out here with the Ace of Cups. And no, let them deal with what God done sat their ass down so they can fucking see. Now they feel like they can see and they can go and clear it all up. No, you're going to deal with what the fuck you did to a divine one. They're going to deal with what the fuck they did to a divine one. They're going to deal with what the fuck they did to a divine one. This is what I'm tapped into. Glad they got that understanding. Glad they got that awakening. But it ain't no motherfucking coming back over here around motherfucking that. This motherfucker only want to know that you going to keep their secrets. They only want to know that you're going to let them still keep the image that they have. Let people still look at them the way people look at them. They don't want to heal. They just want to get it off of them. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always saying something else. Listen, this person I don't care what they excuses are. They got to learn just like we had to learn, just like everybody had to learn. Wasn't nobody motherfucking hop, skipping, and jumping and stepping in the puddle of mud so you wouldn't have to get muddy when it was your turn. They got to go through what they got to go through so they can really learn. Because if every time it's something difficult, then people just make it easy for them, they'll never fucking learn. And they'll keep doing that shit. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Listen, the karma is them realizing that they wronged you. If you lay around there and make them feel like it's all good, you can say I forgive you, but ain't no coming back around. I forgive you, man. It's good. No love lost, ain't no hate, right? But you don't get access again. You never get to have access again. Never in your everyday life would you ever have access to it. Don't make me wig out. Like the thought make my eyes get big. See, my eyes get crazy. I try not to. I try. I try not to let it get like. Because if it get like that, I try not to let it get like that. Do you hear me? I try hard. I try hard. Because if it get like that, baby, let me tell you. Shh. There's a dragon. There's a dragon that's unleashed. Do you understand me? I've worked very hard for me and this dragon to have a good relationship. But baby, when that bitch stopped giving a fuck, I feel for everybody around. I feel for everybody around. Well, I say, bitch, I wish you come out when I go to the gym. Your motherfucking ass. I say, bitch, I wish you come out when I go to the gym. Your motherfucking ass always try to get a nigga arrested. She'll never want to just run around the block a few times. She'll never want to just go for a quick jog. No, this bitch want to go to jail. Sit your ass down. I wish that dragon would have come out at the gym. This dragon would come out on that fucking jump rope I got over there. She still trying to go to jail. She want to get mad and get crazy and shit. Sit your ass down. These hoes doing Pilates. These strong ass bit hoes. They look slim. Them bitches doing Pilates and skit. They hold their whole weight up on one arm and skit. Don't. I be trying to tell her she don't listen to me. That's one thing she don't do. She don't listen to nobody. That's the problem. So we did Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Golly, let's look at Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Listen, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. What you got going on? Thief. Energy is out here with the Knight of Pentacles. This more like a burglar. I'm so sorry. I'm already goofy. Either way it go, this is more like a burglar because they doing like a long haul. They're not like in and out like a thief. They're like burglarizing something, right? There's this idea of, getting to know you, spending time with you, pilfering type of energy where there's a slow and methodical depletion of your resources and your assets. While somebody sits close to you in a prominent position in your life, they're constantly draining something. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Your spirit team is saying you're aware of this? Damn. At least it could be somebody's burglarizing. You get what I'm saying? Your spirit team is saying it's like a willfulness or willingness. You know what I mean? This could be the idea of having apps that paying for apps that you don't use on a regular basis. You know what I mean? You need to move on from that. But this could be somebody in your life, but there's a burglarizing happening here. And there's this willingness going on in this energy that you need to be careful of, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, right? It's like immature energy is out here, and there's like irresponsibility energies out here. And it's like we've been talking a lot today about demonstration of love, right? Because a person has to be activated in themselves, right? We're talking about activating portals. You're the portal that you activate. You activate your portal through love. And when you activate your portal through the love of yourself, you magnetize your tribe to you, right? This is not like irresponsibility. That's what this feels like. It very well could be you still have a application subscription that you're not using no more. I know them children use hooked on phonics for a long time. I need to cancel that. But whatever it is like that. But that's how it feels. But it could be a person in your life that's like, it could be both. But it could be a person in your life that's like Six of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. You're constantly, giving, allowing grace. It feels like, giving them space and opportunity to take from you where there's no replenishment. And your spirit team is like, that's not self love. I don't care how you try to like put it, philanthropy. Six of Pentacles energy, right? Like, oh, I'm doing something for somebody. Oh, I'm being kind and generous or whatever it is like that. But it's not like where if you give to the St. Vincent de Paul, then you get a little thing that you can write off on your taxes that you're a charitable person, right? No, this is like this empty hole or this pit that you're just, in throwing your investments in that never really grow anything. That's what this feels like to me. Give me two more cards. Divine feminine energies out here with family. This I like. I like that these opportunities are available for you. I like that there's a certain they're talking about a certain behavior that you will demonstrate that indicates a type of readiness for growth and this type of fulfillment and harmony. And some of your behaviors do not indicate a readiness for this in regards to throwing your money in a pit. That's what this feels like to me. Or throwing your time away or whatever it is like that. High priestess energy is out here. When there are better uses of your time. 212 angel number showing up. You also got a 666 angel number now that I see. Six of Pentacles. The moving on card is 60. And then the thief is 2-4. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. No more Build-A-Bear. I mean, at least a Build-A-Bear is kind of cute to have on your bed or something like that. But this is not even a Build-A-Bear. You just take $5 every now and again then and walk up to the pit. And throw it in the pit or something like that. Even in a spiritual sense, it could be better used if you just was like doing it for a spiritual practice. Like, hey, I'm sacrificing this money for increase or something like that. But you just throwing the shit in the pit. Apollo, go in the back. You can play with your Transformers so loudly. Did you finish coloring your robots book? Come give me this card that fell on the floor. So we did Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We did Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Let's go Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Save the best for last, face ass. Okay, so we got water signs again today. False person. Another one fell right there. I didn't even know this one fell. Thank you. Pathway. Energies out here. I didn't know this. I didn't even see this one. Pathway energies out here. We're doing Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? I know that the last time Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces was the save the best for last face ads. It was a very intense day, but I don't know if I feel that on today's energy. I do notice. I think that if there was a lot of energy in the chat, but I also realized that I didn't really pay much attention to it, right? So I do think that you will recognize some pathway, but you see this bright ass light, false person, this energy. I do think that you'll recognize this energy. Just like when Apollo came in and I said, never trust a nigga that tries to ask you about the weather. And then 5 seconds later, he started cranking up and now he cranking up still, right? I think that there is this like energy. Like I think it was last Monday or something like that we had. It was last week sometime that we had a water sign save the best for last face ass. And it was a very intense day. But I do think that there will be this like foresight or insight or experience because you can identify the energy, right? Let's go Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So even though the energy is intense, it'll feel like something that you know how to deal with, right? The idea of the first time you change a baby diaper, you're like, ah! But then when you change the 50th diaper, close my laptop, you go, oh, I got this. I know how to do this. I do it with one hand, right? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. Apollo. Stop. Stop. Manifestation. This has been the most congruent, is the word that they said, energy. Apollo. Stop. Stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. This has been the most congruent energy that's been showing up for the collective on today. It has to do with your manifestations materializing. The first card that we pulled was wish. Your wish is coming true, right? I said the material manifestations in the physical world, right? The things that you've been wishing for, hoping for, plotting for, planning for, scheming for, strategizing, whatever they look like for you. This coming through. This is coming through. Mature woman energies out here with enamor. 6969 angel number energies out here. It just feels like, to me, the purple feels like spiritual protection. You know, it could also be like a spiritual connection. You could be praying more. Hello, let's love it. I told you, don't worry and pray. You could be praying more. You could be, recognizing when the fear shows up and feeding it faith. I feel like you're recognizing when the fear shows up and you're feeding it faith. Look at all this pink and purple energy is out here. And so your wish is coming true. This is what I'm tapped into. Page of Wands energy is out here because you're feeding your faith. Even though there's still this like need for courage, you have the courage to go and explore everything that you have the desire to explore, right? This is a rainbow showing up here. A lot of pinks and purple energies out here. You also have the courage, if you will, to rest. You say, I can get out in the world and go out in the world and be in the world, and I can lay down and do nothing if I want to. And that's the most radical thing, right? Of course, being busy is what they expect of you. But even saying, I feel confident in this rest, I feel comfortable in this rest, I get paid in my sleep type of energy. That's what's showing up. The Two of Swords energy is out here in reverse with emotional pain, right? There's also this energy of you not disregarding the things that you've had to go through in order to be in this position. There's a lot of endurance. There's a lot of perseverance. There's a lot of relentlessness. There's a lot of sleepless nights. There's a lot of heartbreak, right? People believing that people loved you a certain way and they never really loved you. The Seven of Wands energy is out here, but you processed and alchemized those experiences into like power, into perspective, and into a path forward. Remember that card that said pathway with the fake person? This is what I'm tapped into. So the reason why you can easily identify these entities that are trying to impede your path is because you see your path. So it doesn't worry you things that aren't on your path that are impediments. It only worries you things that are on your path. And so you recognize easily when something is trying to impede a specific path because you have a bullseye. You know the direction that you're going in. Seven of Swords energy is not the Seven of Wands. It's so easy for you to see because why the fuck would anybody want to get in your way? Why would anybody want to get in your way? How do people even know which direction that you're going in? Page of Wands with the Seven of Wands is 8 Wands, right? 4 of Swords. Unless they want to create impediments. It's just your gifts are activating. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, your gifts are activating and you have a certain direction. It's because you have a bullseye. This is what I'm tapped into. And the thing about magnetism, the thing about attraction, that pink and purple energy, Venusian energy, pink and green energy, is that as much as you bring in love and affection and attention, you also bring in a lot of people, again, remember in the first reading, those people who they built a persona of having a negative perspective of you. They could easily go into any room and bring you up, and that's how they got all that attention. But now they feel insecure because they can no longer bring your name up in the ways that they could in the past, and these people have animosity because you're growing. And so there's this divine passion and will that's in you, and they're being seen as this Jezebel energy. So the colors red and orange are showing up significantly. They're showing me sunsets. Or have you ever seen that ombre? That's like a sunset. It's like orange, blue, kind of pink, purpley. That's what they're showing me. So that might be significant or something like that. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Pink, purple, orange, red. It's like a sunset kind of nail. People normally do like an 80s sunset type of vibe. I don't even know how to describe it. Okay, one last reading before we close out. Okay, they were showing me that significantly. There's like ombre type of. They showing me a nail design. Red and orange, purple. Yeah. Oh, that's it exactly. Right there. Ever grateful for the opportunity to give you. Divination is against God. Why are you here? Who's God? Who's God? That's a good question, huh? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path of for the greatest good. What did this God of the Bible say? Yahweh, this God of war, what did he say? He said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." This bloodthirsty, pedophilic God, is that what you mean? That bloodthirsty, pedophilic God? That's the one that doesn't like divination? Sounds about right. Let's do a collective message. Two of Wands energies out with the Seven of Swords and the Tower card. The traps have been set, but I don't see you going through them. The Two of Wands energies out with the Seven of Swords. Like I said, one of the most permeating messages in regards to your manifestations, the materializations of your manifestations is that something has to burn down. The Tower card energies. I see a trap set up. I see people thinking that you're going to go a certain way and then not having any idea about what direction that you're going in. And so the trap that they have set up it fails. I see a firestorm energy. Remember that firestorm card that came out earlier? There's some burning down of systems and structures in order for new ones to be built. That's what this is. The Magician card energy is out here. Is my deck in reverse? Yes. The Magician card energy is out here. So let's turn this off right. Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Tower card. Even still, there's this recognition of this trickster spirit. Two of Wands energies out with the Tower card. And even with Jacob being so pivotal in the Bible, like understanding how necessary this trickster spirit is for the awakening of the actual divine truth and divine God. That's what I'm tapped into. Magician card energy is out here. One of the most permeating messages that's coming through for this collective is how these wizards and these warlocks is trying to attack your mind. And they trying to be able to control what you think and what you believe, and they attacking your psyche. And if you're not careful in what you're consuming at this time, Death card energies out here with the Lover's card, they'll completely disconnect you from the divine. And you'll completely give your consciousness over to whatever systems that the instructions that they have set up, whatever tech wizards use, whatever system instructions that they building at this time, and you won't even think that anything is wrong with it. This is what I'm tapped into. The Ten of Cups energies out here. This card has been showing up too. Almost every reading had this Ten of Cups energy, where there's some type of harmony. There's some type of resistance to the machine. That's what this feels like to me. I like this energy. I feel like you're aware of how entities, these wizards, are trying to attack your consciousness at this time. And because of that, you're going to move in a certain direction. You understand which direction you're moving in, and you also recognize that there'll be things that try to get in your way. This is what I'm tapped into, Agents of the Matrix, right? This is what I'm tapped into. One of the things that happened, like when the fire alarm got pulled, I was like, this is like a cutscene. Like if you've ever played a game or something like that, then you know how there are certain parts of the game that no matter what character you play or where you are in the game, you'll go through that scene in the game, right? And so there are cut scenes happening in your life. These pivotal moments, then based on decisions that you make in these pivotal moments, it will determine the direction of your life, right? Or your lifestyle. Stay focused. That's going to be your most powerful path forward. Seven of Cups energy is out here with the Seven of Swords. You hear the children cranking up in the background with all that distraction, right? Right? Like really, really activating portals at this time. Really, really think about how you're activating portals at this time and be conscious of the ones that you're moving through. The Emperor card. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank you so much for your time, for your energy, your love and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. And until we meet again, be powerful on purpose. I hope we talk soon. Wholeness, infinite waters flowing through you.